Thank you for choosing Bell Harbor Marina to enjoy your day. There are lots of things to do and see here in the area. Just remember to stay within the area outlined in the rental agreement. The approved area of operation is from the Alternate 19 Bridge out to the Barrier Islands, not beyond the islands. South to the Dunedin Causeway, north to the new Port Richey Channel that goes to Hooters and Catches. Boaters leaving this area can be fined, and if they encounter problems outside this area they will have to pay for rescue, even if the problem is not their fault. Don't overload the boat with people or equipment. Every boat is labeled with its load capacity. Boating safety is your responsibility. Be sure the dock attendant shows you the location of the safety equipment on the boat. Children must wear life jackets at all times and be sure to observe the no-wake signs. Remember, no use of alcohol by the boat operator is permitted. You must have the boat and equipment returned on time, 4:30 p.m., or you will be assessed late fees. You are responsible for all damages. Be careful and don't leave the boat unattended. Be aware of tides, winds, weather and currents. There are extra charges for boat extraction, towing and loss of use if the boat is not returned on time from having been beached. Return the boat in the same clean condition you found it in to avoid cleanup charges. Bell Harbor Marina has a fish cleaning station for your convenience located opposite of the rental office. No one under the age of 21 or anyone other than the primary renter is to operate the boat. The operator of the boat must have a cell phone on board. Do not attempt to locate or disable the onboard GPS locator. These GPS devices were placed on board for your safety and convenience. In areas with marked channels, stay between the green and red markers. Remember red right returning when headed back to port. Consult your contract for a complete list of rules and prohibited policies. Most of these rules are common sense, but be sure to review your written contract. The remainder of this video regards the operation of the boat you have rented. Here at Bell Harbor Marina we offer a full array of boats for rent. Most of these boats have common features that you should be aware of to ensure that you enjoy your day of boating. All our boats have a complete complement of safety equipment, including life jackets, horn or whistle, flares, anchors and deck lines. Be sure to have the person assisting you show you where all safety equipment is stowed. Have them answer any questions you might have about boat operation. Know the location of the fuel bulb used to pressurize the fuel line. Your boat has a full tank of gas, which in most cases should be adequate for your entire day on the water. On most boats the ignition switch, kill switch, tilt trim button and shifter are located next to or near the boat steering wheel. Be sure to ask the attendant how to choke the motor on the boat you have rented. This is the kill switch. The clip must be in place or the motor will not start. To go forward, push the shifter forward. To go in reverse, pull the shifter backward. Neutral is in the center position. Some shift levers have a button which must be depressed to shift from neutral to forward or reverse. The shifter must be in neutral or the motor will not start. As you leave the marina, stay to the left side of the channel. There are 4 poles in the water in the middle of the cove that mark a sandbar. Avoid entering the area between the 4 poles or you will become beached. When leaving Bell Harbor Marina, stay to the left side of the channel, all the way to the main channel. When you reach the intersection of the marina channel and the main channel you will see red and green markers. If you turn left you will be headed into Tarpon Springs and upriver. If you turn right you will be headed out to the mouth of the Anclote River and the Gulf of Mexico. Follow these markers out to markers 1 and 2 before turning out of the channel. Remember, on your way out to the Gulf the green markers will be on the right side of the channel, on the way back they will be on the left. Observe the no-wake signs at various points along the river. You can receive a ticket if you violate the no-wake signs. You will note that the numbers on the channel markers get smaller as you get closer to the Gulf. Water on both sides of the channel is shallow, so stay between the channel markers. When in less than 3 feet of water, operate the boat at dead slow speed. Watch for obstructions in the water like rocks, heavy grass, and oyster beds. When in very shallow water you can use the power tilt and trim to lift the bottom of the motor up at an angle to run in shallow water, or to not come in contact with the bottom. Do not run the motor when the propeller is completely out of the water. The propeller end of the motor must be in water to operate and cool the engine properly. Be sure you can see the stream of water coming out of the exhaust. All of our boats will operate well with the trim switch all the way down. Unless you are an experienced boater who is accustomed to working with trim, leave it alone. Only trim up if going slow in shallow water. While headed out, you can see Anclote Lighthouse located almost straight ahead at the end of the channel. It is a good landmark to remember when it comes time to locate the channel on your way back in. The lighthouse will help. It is wise to go all of the way to marker number 1 and 2 prior to exiting this channel. There is very shallow water on both sides of the channel. You could get stuck or beach the boat if you do not stay in the channel. Anchoring may be done with 1 or 2 anchors when out in the open and not near shore or other boats. Just use 1 anchor off of the bow. Make sure it's tied on. Anchor only on the east side of the sandbar toward the south end. There is a cove near the lighthouse that looks pretty. Do not go in there. At low tide the water leaves and you will be beached there. Use 2 anchors when anchoring off of beaches and sandbars. Drop the front anchor and then back the boat to where you want it in water of a reasonable depth. The exact depth will be dependent on tide, wind, and current. Next, tie your rear anchor line to a cleat with enough free line for the anchor to reach to shore. Depart the boat and carry the anchor to shore. Set the anchor. Now your boat will not swing with the tide and wind changes. If you feel that the boat, particularly a pontoon boat, is not running fast or performing well, check to be sure that the propeller is not covered with seaweed. If the propeller is covered with seaweed, run the motor in reverse for a minute or so. This will usually rid the propeller of the unwanted seaweed. Remember, the motor will not start unless the shifter is in neutral. Red markers on right when returning to the marina from the Gulf. As you return to port, you will come to markers 49 and 50. You will also notice that there is a pole with a white metal plate fixture at the top. This marks the channel entrance that will take you back to the marina. Stay to the right side of the channel when returning. When approaching the marina, you will see the floating docks at the far end. This is where you will return the boat to. The Bell Harbor Marina staff will check your boat upon return and refill the gas tank to full. Please wait at the office area until this process is complete to pay for your fuel. By keeping these tips and rules in mind, you will have a happy and enjoyable day of boating. Once again, thank you for choosing Bell Harbor Marina.